Right, guys, going to try and keep this short and sweet, especially as my phone seems to be playing up. Somebody wanted, a couple of you wanted a bit more of a review on the new Naval Star unit. Here it is. You'll also have to excuse my phone going in and out of focus as well. Doesn't seem to like looking at the screen much. Excuse the fingerprints as well. Obviously, I've been playing with it and trying to get used to it. Okay, first off, the bad. The fit, I don't think, is particularly good. Not sure if that's because this is in the V8 or if it is indeed because the fit isn't quite right. I might have a bit less room back there than the front wheel drive guys. So it could be down to that, or it could be the fit. I have seen somebody else stay where the fit doesn't seem to be that good. If you look around the gaps here, around the edges, it does seem to protrude quite a lot. The other thing I don't like is having the, don't get me wrong, I know it's a brand and stuff, but this whole kind of Naval Star thing defeats the object in my mind of it, being OEM, but that's a small bugbear. Okay, so now let's take a look at the positive. First off, boot time, power on, and you get that little logo, boom, and it's in, straight in, no messing, happy days, all good, all connected up. You'll probably see the Wi-Fi symbol come up as well. Yep, there we go. So I'm already straight back on my Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi antennas built into the unit. Fantastic. So there we go. All powered up, all running. Speed is fantastic. Go into it. There's all the apps, etc., and everything like that. Quick one, because it's Android, does mean you can just dive on the old Google Play, download whichever app you find that you need. I've barely touched half of what this unit can really do at the moment. Some of that is because obviously I bought just realistically the unit with a SD card for the maps. Haven't bought a camera or anything like that, so barely scratching the surface. But I have installed Deezer down there, which is a music streaming service. But it does mean that because I subscribe to it every month, it means I can download the tunes as well, which is what I think it's doing, fun enough, at the moment. And it's synchronizing the playlist, so it does mean that I don't have to mess around with SD cards or USB or anything like that. I can just get Deezer on the go, find a tune that I like whilst I'm parked on my drive events, picking up the Wi-Fi, synchronize it, done. It stores it on the internal memory, no messing about. So all things like that are lovely and quick, and all nice and fast. A couple of bits I have found, for example, if I wanted to go to, say, images, it does come up. You cannot do watch video while driving, etc. Obviously, there must be a cable in the back for me to put against the handbrake, so it thinks that the handbrake is on all the time and will allow me to do it. I'm not really going to watch videos or play images on it, so it's not a big worry for me. But it is something to bear in mind for it. Secondly, there is no instruction manual, no book at all, no manual, no books, no leaflet or nothing, which is quite nice. That then I found this on the screen here, which is instructions. So press that. Cannot find instructions. So obviously they're not actually on there. So a lot of this I'm kind of having to do a bit of guesswork and have a play with. I know a bit about Android as well, so that's quite fortunate. The other side of it, there's a few other bits. So which is annoying. Obviously you've got like what looks to be like kind of the standard apps here, which come with the unit and have all been geared up for it. And then it goes to the more like the Android looking apps and the mishmash of images and things. One of the ones obviously built in weather, brilliant. Let's have a look. And okay, yep, I'm sure it's really nice and sunny where it is. It's cloudy here, so it could be thinking that it's here. I don't know. Got no idea how to change the language on that either. So if anybody knows, that'd be fantastic. Otherwise, it's kind of fairly pointless. I've tested out the Bluetooth on the way home. Voice quality's good. They could hear me fine. I could hear them fine. So all that's nice and good. I haven't played music through it yet, but that's something I've still got to play with. Somebody did mention steering wheel controls. I had it plugged in, couldn't get it working. And I thought, oh, that's the end of that then. I must have got it wired up wrong. I'll have to take the unit back out and figure out what's going on with it. Realistically, I'm going to take the unit back out to see if I can get it to fit better anyway. But if you go into car setting, scroll all the way to the bottom, you've got SWC, and what you do is you hold your finger on what you want to channel up, for example, wait for it to be flashing up there, press your up button on your steering wheel, and it'll lock it in. But what it has done is it now doesn't skip tracks. So that's a bit of a downside. I'm guessing all you can do is set it to be one function, as opposed to the older unit where it did track up, track down, channel up, channel down. It's something I'm going to have a play with, etc. So I'm going to move it back to that because I tend to listen to music a lot more than just have the radio on. A couple of other nice sort of features. The screen issue, whereby they say it's nice and clear and anti-dazzle. Yeah, it doesn't come through in the video very well, but I'm looking at it. It is crystal clear. I've had sunshine bouncing off my clock glass today, where I can't quite see my temperature gauge. Dangerous in a Rover, I hear you say. You can't see my temperature gauge, but the screen has been really nice and clear, not too much glare at all, which is lovely. What else have I got to tell you? Yeah, overall feel of the unit is good. Looking at it now in the dash, I mean, I do have a painted dash on mine, but I do look at it, and this mottled kind of textured finish I don't think really kind of works. But that's me being nitpicky, and that's who I am. But the feel of the buttons is good. All this feels really nice and positive. The volume control, etc. All that feels nice and tight. Buttons have got a nice feel to them, etc., etc., and that's all good. Sound quality, obviously, which is what we should be realistically thinking about. Let's dive on the music. There we go. I mean, this is coming off my SD card, and it's not too bad. So don't berate me for my music choice. I've got eclectic. Live with it. Come to peace with it. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I don't know how that's coming through to you guys, but it's coming through perfect for me. Could do with a little more kind of bass, but I mean, the equalizer on it is nice. You got a good few presets down here, and all the equalizer along here is fantastic as well. So you can really kind of dial it in if you want to. So yeah, let's turn that down. Let's go back. But like I say, as you can see, it is nice and quick, and it's nice that if I come out of an app, hit the power button on it, it does literally get rid of it, and it just kind of goes back to being silent. I think that's because realistically it's running Android, which is meant to be a computer. Okay, I mean, you've got a few other bits and pieces. I know a lot of you guys changed the colour of your dashes. I haven't yet, etc. And this red doesn't really blend in with the orange, so but again, it's one of those things. So what I'm doing here is you can dive in, go into car setting, and then I can change, if I want to, the display. I can do key light color, and I can do, if I want to, I can go yellow, I can go blue, etc., etc. So there's a lot of decent functions on it. Yeah, so it's all good on that front, etc. I'm going to take that back off of being blue because I don't have a Mark II. There we go. So yeah, it's nice and quick. It's nice and fast. Is it worth the money? I think it probably is. It's I paid around about 300 delivered to my house, which is a nice offer. Would I pay much more than that? I don't think I would, but that's just me. I don't see the point in paying anything really more for that. One thing I will quickly touch on is the Navi. I'm rapidly running out of time for you guys, so I'm going to make this as fast as possible. It loads up nice and quick, as you can see. There we go. It's getting quicker, actually, initially, I think. But one problem I have found with it is the voice has gone silent on it. Last night, no matter what I did with the volume, the guy was just shouting permanently. Really wound me up. As soon as I would do that, it would come up, and the guy would just kind of say, "Favorite not found, favorite not found," blah blah blah.
Favorite not found.
That kind of volume, and funny enough, now it does seem that yes, that's back, and it seems to have a mind of its own with the volume of the person. So I mean, if I put it to there, kind of go back. Sorry guys, I'm still learning what buttons do what. There's my other two favourites.
Favorite not found.
So, kind of a very unhappy lady. And no matter what I do with that, it doesn't seem to want to be happy about it in the slightest. So Yeah, and I'm still trying to get used to the sat nav unit, etc., and everything like that. But yeah, I can't change the volume. If I change the voice to a different one that isn't this TTS setting, then I can change the volume. But then roads aren't announced and things like that. So if anyone's got any kind of idea with that, that'd be fantastic. But aside from that, I shall probably touch on a bit more of that later. But otherwise, yeah, there we go, guys. Any questions? Just ask.